What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. It's been a while. Um, just busy with life, but I wanted to dedicate a little bit of time to talk about Batman #1. The title was recently kind of rebooted, kind of relaunched. At this point, I don't know what to call it. Just a new creative team taking over. So, you know, I'm gonna give it a chance, gonna give it a look. Um, the writer is Matt Fraction, and with artist Jorge Jimenez. Jorge Jimenez has been with Batman for a while now. He's had quite an impressive run on the title, so I'm not unhappy about that. He's a very great illustrator, a terrific artist, and the creative team behind him is also great. The colors by Tomei Morey, Clayton Cowles on letters, and the variant cover artists, a very vast array of artists there. um, what do I think of this issue, a relaunch, a new #1? Obviously this tends to be a gimmick, in order to bring new readers, or just bring back readers that left, like me, for example. I have been buying Batman books for almost all my life, basically since I was a kid, and just like with Superman books. And for the first time in a long time, I dropped all Batman books. I dropped Batman, I dropped Detective Comics, the two main running titles, because I hated those writers, Tom Taylor, what he was doing. I just despised that writer, so I just decided not to buy or give money to, you know, to something to a creator I don't like. Matt Fraction, I know he brings a lot of credential behind him. He's a pro, and well, let's talk about this first issue here. Great cover, very simple, very the silhouette, the black and blue. I like it. The yellow moon behind him, with the bat silhouette being implied. Um, I know there was a lot of variant covers to this issue, and I just went with the basic one, the first one, the one by Jorge Jimenez, and I particularly like that the new the mini icons showing back in DC, and so aesthetically this book is beautiful. Jorge Jimenez Batman is menacing, athletic, muscular. Um, he has grace. He has a lot of power. Um, Youthful looking, just terrific. And I like the blue and the gray being back, and he's a terrific storyteller. As far as his sequences, it's just flawless. He's a master, and he has a good grasp on Batman. So artistically speaking, art wise, that is, it's great stuff. He brings a fresh look every time. Every panel jumps out. It's just beautiful stuff. Batman looks great, like I mentioned. No complaints there. So let's talk about the writing. The writing, not bad. This is not bad writing. This is just I want to particularly speak about the choices Matt Fraction is making. What he is, I know that he's respecting continuity, and by that I mean he's respecting what went on before, what the writers before did, and I think he's sticking to some things, and I respect him for that. Not a lot of writers do that nowadays, and that's kind of cool. But I do question his choices on particular things. It feels like I'm reading. If I talking story wise, it feels like I'm reading. Although all the right ingredients are in the story, there's drama, there's mystery, there's action. Um, everybody kind of sounds right on the money, personality wise. I do question the choices of what's going on in Gotham City. For once, I questioned the choice to make James Gordon, put him back as a beat cop, as he puts it. It's weird. It's silly. It's just I question that choice. Like I said, I dropped Batman books a while back. I haven't been buying Batman books for almost 2 years now. So what happened that this guy is no longer commissioner um, of the police force, and he's being reverted back, not in age, but he's still an old man, and now he's a beat cop. It makes no sense. He's being paired with a woman, and this woman is not particularly fond of what he's doing. So it's just a weird dynamic there. I don't know where Matt Fraction is doing. Another thing that is going on, this is not only a Matt Fraction thing, is DC in particular, not to mention Marvel. Marvel is just awful at this. Marvel has basically completely destroyed the concept of a supervillain, of a bad guy, of somebody being evil. And DC is kind of following along those lines, not as badly, but they are doing it. Specifically here with the Batman's Rogue Gallery. We have development with Killer Croc, and Killer Croc is kind of has lost his mind. He's evolving. He's becoming a lot more horrific looking, and but he's reverted to a childlike mental state. We find out towards the end of the issue, Batman's going after him. He's trying to stop him, and Batman is expecting a big physical confrontation, as he always has to struggle physically against Killer Croc, who tends to be brutal, who tends to be hulking and big and strong and unpredictable. But here the expectations are lowered, and it turns out that Killer Croc is kind of acting on instinct, and he's more of a acting more like a child now. And then we have also Vandal Savage, who used to be one of the best supervillains in the DC universe. We're talking about Vandal Savage. He's in the way the Vandal Savage I remember is a villain that has always worked from the shadows mostly, and he's been part of some very significant moments in history because he's immortal. He's a caveman that became immortal, and he's very smart, scheming, and super strong and powerful, and he basically can't die. And he's always been a thorn in the side of superheroes like Flash, and the Justice League itself has had to struggle. He's been a member of the Injustice gang, the Justice League's opposite, the Legion of Doom, stuff like that. And over here, I'm not sure why Vandal Savage has been chosen to become Batman's enemy, let alone he's always hated Batman, but as a collective, he's hated the Justice League itself. All them superheroes have opposed his ways and his schemes. But over here, he's become commissioner of the police force in Gotham City, and it's just something that I'm not fond of. I believe he's being wasted as a supervillain, and that's the bottom line here. That's what I'm trying to say. That DC and comics writers themselves right now, very well-known writers and new writers, they don't want to portray villains as evil people anymore. there's always an angle they're trying to implement, where we have to feel sorry for villains, where they're not really villains, kind of putting a gray it's no longer black and white, bad guy, good guy. They always gotta implement some kind of gray area here into their personalities. And it's disturbing because the idea of a superhero is we have the hero, and if we want the hero to shine, to overcome things. I understand that in order to make things interesting, sometimes you're gonna have a villain that is not really a villain. The villain believes always that he's right most of the times, but supervillains have to be evil. They gotta do evil stuff in order for the hero to be a hero. Otherwise, if we have a hero that is fighting some guy that is actually doing kind of good, and humanity is struggling to pinpoint him as a villain, and he's being hired as a cop, as a commissioner for the police force. I mean, what are Vandal Savage's credentials? Is there mind games here, mind tricks, manipulations, some kind of brain manipulation here? How did he fool the entire Gotham City police force and its people? Why? How did this guy become commissioner? How is James Gordon allowing this? How is Batman allowing this? How is the Justice League allowing this? Superman, the Flash, do they know about this? Wonder Woman, who has had run-ins with Vandal Savage. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that don't make sense, and it's a mystery to me. Maybe things have happened in past issues. Admittedly, I haven't been buying Batman issues for a long time, but still, even if it's explained for some reason how this came to be, why is this happening? Why are writers making supervillains good guys now? Just taking away all their essence, or their stuff, and so that's my main issue with this particular book, with this particular #1 issue of Batman. It's too early to say right now if I'm gonna stick to it or not. I do, for the most part, I tend to stick with a book for about 4 or 5 issues, and that's to give the writer a chance to show me what he's got, if it's gonna be a great run or not. This first issue has me kind of intrigued. I'm down for it. Like I said, it looks great, so that's one thing that it's got going for it. We'll see what Matt Fraction brings. He's promising new villains and classic villains, cops versus Batman, something we've seen countless of times before. So that particular part is not new. So those are my 2 cents. From my scale 1 to 10, I gave this issue a solid 8. I believe it's pretty good, very entertaining. I just question some of the choices that Matt Fraction is doing. Let's see where he goes with it, and we'll go. We'll move forward with that thought and see what goes on. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening, and please subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Thank you. Peace.